Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Bitrix24 partner webinar. My name is Vlad, and I'm joined by my colleague today.
Hello everyone, my name is Alex, and we are really glad you joined us today because we got a great topic to talk about. And let's get going, guys.
Yeah, so today is going to be a really anticipated episode because we are covering artificial intelligence, and not just artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence in Bitrix24, and of course how it can integrate into the Bitrix24 ecosystem.
Yeah, so we're going to discuss how we're already working with AI in Bitrix24. What is AI in general in today's business, in today's world? And we're going to show you something really interesting, something very sweet. So that's why we are here today.
Exactly. So let's get right into it.
Yeah.
As far as artificial intelligence go, I mean, it's such a hype idea and movement right now, especially everywhere, from business to life to sales, whatever it might be. So our job is really to break it down and see, will AI really help us inside Bitrix24? Will it help your clients inside Bitrix24? And at the end of the day, will it actually help them sell in Bitrix24?
Yeah, because for last several years or maybe decades, we've seen a lot of new technologies, a lot of new products. They were super hot. They were just exploding in this world. We got your cryptos, your NFTs, your whatever it is. And sometimes they become really popular, but then they kind of fade out and nobody already remembers them. So where AI in this scale in today's world, like today we probably won't give you the exact answer, but we got to understand that we have to implement this instrument. It's a very important tool that can make you more efficient and can make you sell more products and just make any product better in general. That's why many products already have it, and we are doing this today.
100% here, and that's what we're really trying to understand. As far as artificial intelligence goes, like we just covered, it could just be a hype, right? Everyone sees it, everyone talks about it, it comes and goes. Like you said, we did kind of see it with the NFTs and cryptocurrency and whatnot. But here with AI, we kind of understand that it is going to stick around.
Sure.
It's not just here, it's not just something you can say, oh, I'm not going to work with AI, I'm not going to implement AI. You're going to have to, or you will be left behind. So here at Bitrix24, as you know, we're always trying to be the first ones. We're trying to incorporate everything the best sense that we can, especially with artificial intelligence. And here, like we said, it's very important for us to understand that this isn't just a hype of a product. This is something that will be integrated into your business and into your company and will make your processes much better, make you help sell more, take your business to the next level. And of course, on top of all of that, make you as a partner understand how you can sell it to our clients and to your potential clients as well.
Yeah, so today we're going to show you not just some interesting topics, but actual business scenarios that we're already using and we already tested and that we're going to show to you.
Exactly. So we'll just have some live demonstrations going inside of the portal. We'll cover exactly how we did it, how it works, and again, soon you guys can implement it into your portals as well and see how well it works.
Yes, so this instrument is already not just hype, it's already been used in many industries, your marketing development, in legal documents, in medicine even, like your young doctors can use like AI to diagnose clients, diagnose patients. It's already been used for quite a few times. And in banking and insurance, like for example, the bank can just make a quick decision whether we're giving this loan to a person or not. It's already popular in these industries. And
like we said previously, as maybe some things beforehand where you could say, oh, I don't really need to implement this. Maybe it's a social media app. Oh, I'm not going to go on TikTok. Artificial intelligence here, it's not going to be one of those things. No matter what industry you're in, no matter what industry your business is in, this is only going to make it much better for you. And it's going to, again, help you less work, but actually be more efficient at the same time.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yes, and again, so with Bitrix24, our biggest thing was to come up with not just implement, okay, AI, here it is. We actually went through each specific case on how it can actually help your business and take it to the next step. So Bitrix24 is very happy to announce our Copilot. The Copilot is going to work with you as a Copilot in the cockpit. That's always going to give you some help. It's going to give you encouragement. It's going to do things that maybe some of your workers can't even do. So here we'll actually explain how it implements into your Bitrix24 ecosystem and portals.
Yeah, so Bitrix24 already got a lot of instruments, your instrument for collaboration, tasks, CRM, and we can go on. And we're gonna show you how Copilot already works with some of this instrument. And it's not just another instrument that we have, it's a part of ecosystem, you said right. It's the instrument that we want you to use on a daily basis and just make you more efficient.
Yes. And again, it's huge with us, just like any other feature. You can plug it in wherever it might be, from your CRM scenarios, from tasks, your collaboration. AI is only going to enhance the way you work with inside Bitrix24.
Yeah, so Bitrix24 Copilot already, we got it in a lot of instruments right now, but we gotta stop and talk about the concept of Open Copilot. It's a very interesting thing that we got. So we got 3 key points about Open Copilot, what it is like in general. First of all, there won't be a lot of companies that create these models. So it's up to us to maybe edit them a little bit. Because for example, in enterprise, for enterprise plans, there will be more interest in specific AIs. Like for your medicine company, or like you have a hotel chain and you just can make AI for it. We actually won't have a lot of language model developers, I'm sorry, though it's for us to work with them.
Yes, correct.
Yes, and each model will be different from another one. You will have special prompts for it, and you need special skills to work with it. So every model will be different from another. And it's, again, up to a company to decide which model they're going to use and what fits them better. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And also here with our Open Copilot, we do understand that this is going to be something integrated into Bitrix24, right? This is not something we've developed from the beginning. This is something that's already going to be implemented. So it's based on you, on how well you know it and how well you can then sell it on to your client. And that's why it's very important, like we covered previously. This isn't something that you can just basically ignore and say, I am not going to work with, because you will be left behind. So here it's all on you, on how well and how vigorously you can really learn GPT, and you can see how well it works and how well OpenAI inside of Bitrix24 works, or whatever AI system you do implement in your region. Of course, based on where you live and the domains, might be a little bit of restrictions here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and of course the costs of any model will be different. It's also up to the company to decide which works better for them, but how much money they're ready to spend on this model.
Yes. Yes. Now, again, the biggest thing is going to be, how can you actually implement Copilot inside of your company so it will actually work? So it's not just another tool that you buy, you spend money on, you have to get a higher subscription, a higher plan. You actually want to implement this tool inside of Bitrix24 so your company can benefit from it.
Yeah. So we had some advice for you what you can use, like meetings where people exchange the experience with Bitrix24 is something that we started in our company. We had weekly meetings where, okay guys, like this week I decided that I can use AI for this. Oh, and I can use AI for this. And we were exchanging this experience with each other, and that's why we got more scenarios for our daily work, and we'll show you the numbers, how our efficiency increased. And you can use it in your companies as well, and in your clients' companies too. And you also can just start chatting with Copilot, because it's one of the most popular scenarios all over the world, to just chat with AI and exchange questions, exchange opinions. That's really an understandable scenario that you already can do.
Exactly. And here, that's why we're really concentrated on not basically making it an entire ecosystem of its own where we have to work within, but it's actually going to be within our ecosystem that you're already used to. So like, let's say, again, me and you, we chat on a daily basis. We open up our chats, what will be from our mobile phones, our computers. Hey, Alex, how you doing? What are our plans for the day? How are we going to do this, and this webinar? So here, we did the same exact thing with our AI inside of Bitrix24 with Copilot. So here, as you would chat with the normal person, you can also chat with Copilot. And here, again, it's going to be already located in our Bitrix24 ecosystem. So it's easier for you, and it's easier for your new onboardees and workers that are going to be coming into the company to see, okay, this is already where it's located. This is how I can actually work with it. And it's not going to be too hard to get people to start using AI and using Copilot inside of Bitrix24.
Yeah, and you can see the button where you can just start working with Copilot. And it's on the first screen because it's everywhere. Like everywhere you are in your Bitrix24, you just push the button and you can already start asking questions to a Copilot. I'm just getting so excited about it. Like we got to show you some great scenarios that we already have in. And yeah, it's everywhere, and whatever you do, you can start working with Copilot in your Bitrix24.
Yes. And again, a thing that I work with a lot is, as a marketing specialist, is coming up with advertising campaigns. And this is something that's very rigorous. It can take a lot of time, and it's something that you need done of a lot. So here, that was a really big scenario that when we were playing around with it and we were doing these screenshots, I said, listen, this is definitely what I use AI and Copilot for on my portal, so let's really incorporate it here. So here, we're actually going to go through, I'll check out the next slide, of how Copilot will actually help you come up with a list of maybe advertising campaigns, maybe descriptions for those campaigns. And on top of that, you can actually improve the list on which it already creates for you.
Yeah, so we just gave the Copilot a prompt, like what he got to do. And the Copilot gave us a list of ideas. But the more interesting scenario is that with the AI, you can ask more questions and remember the context that you already gave it. So like it gave us 10 ideas. But like I like 3 of them, but you can take it as basis and give me 10 more ideas. And I already got a great list of 10 ideas that we already edited kinda. We discussed it with AI, and you see, Vlad is professional. I have no idea how to make these campaigns, and AI already helped me with that, and I can look like a total pro for everyone. Yeah, it's super helpful. Because chatting with AI, and one more time, the great idea that you can ask more questions. It's not like we use in search engines where you just give it a weirdly sound prompt, like find something. It sounds weird when we talk to Google or something like that. Yeah. Here, you use your natural language that you speak every day with your friends, with your colleagues, and you can ask more questions, go back and forth with it, and get the best results possible.
Yeah, and here we do understand, just working with AI, you know, I do work with it closely all the time.
Yeah.
And the more questions you ask it, the more rigorous the questions are, the more detail you get into it, the type of tone you want it to project and the prompt to be, then you're going to get a better result of it. Remember, the more you ask it, the more it learns from you, the more it understands the way you think, and it understands what concept you're trying to bring to life, the closer it'll actually get to that concept. So if you just go something general like, you know, I do need 10 advertising campaigns, it's going to give you a general answer. Yeah. But here it's actually going to pick up the intellectual level of it, of where you can actually build on that prompt already and then make it more detailed, more interesting, and actually more of what you were thinking of, not just a general, like you said, maybe just ask Google for that answer. And again, we're going to go through another scenario here, which I really love, is critiquing the idea that you already have. So this is a very popular scenario. I want you to get into it a little bit, Alex.
Yes, so for example, I have an idea and I got nobody to discuss it with my company. I'm the best in my craft, but I kind of need a second opinion. Yes. So I take my idea, I write it to our Copilot, so I just go and chat with it. I write him like, I got this idea, tell me what's good about this, what's bad about this, like share your opinions on that. And just in a second, it just gives me the list of pros and cons about all topics I asked it. I got a ton of information where I can make a decision what we can do. And again, we got to ask more questions. Like, for example, I didn't understand what can we do about hiring new employees. Like, can we show the next slide, Vlad?
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm asking again, like, what about this? Copilot already remembered the context we were speaking before, and it gives me more ideas, so I can understand even more about the information the Copilot gives me. That's insane for me. Like I was just working with it, and actually it gives great answers. It gives great ideas. So if you have like nobody to talk to, or you just want to like be alone and just to think about it, it's great to ask AI about it because it gives you a lot of great information.
Yeah, this scenario really kind of reminded me of, it's like a Reddit thread. So basically, you ask something on Reddit, and then you actually want to see, why do you ask on Reddit? Because you want to see just the different flow of information coming from different people. So here, it just gives you kind of like that Reddit thread breakdown of, okay, these are the pros, these are the cons. And then again, like Alex said, the more you built on it, you take that prompt to the next level. You know, you get, say, I need these benefits, break them down even more. Then Copilot will go in there and it'll actually give you a more in-depth answer. So I can't stress enough how it's more of the way you work with your prompts and in the scenario than of just, you know, the feature and concept itself. So always work on your prompt building, and we're going to get into actually how partners of ours, prompt building is going to be is a big necessity. It already is, and it will be for your clients, because they're going to have that same issue. Oh, Copilot might not understand this, or Copilot gave me the wrong answer there. Then maybe instead of blaming Copilot, you can actually say, this is maybe how you should prompt it, and then this is the way you can actually increase the efficiency of your prompts and the way Copilot will actually work in your business.
Yeah, it's a big skill that you can educate your clients and educate your employees. So we got to work on that. Like we have no skill about it, but we got to learn how to work with it, because AI is, like we're showing you, it's limitless.
Yes, yes. And especially with Copilot being in the chat, as we were saying, we've seen a 200% increase in Copilot chat usage since it was introduced. So again, we try to make our AI Copilot in already the ecosystem that you're used to. Not only you, but your whole team. Because we understand that onboarding is big. Once you onboard a client or you onboard, you know, your workers, it's going to be so much more difficult to introduce it in a new ecosystem. With Bitrix24, it's right in the chat, it's in your collaboration menu, you're ready to go, you can ask it questions as soon as it's on your portal.
Yeah, and guys, before we go into other instruments, like we have a chat where you can already ask questions. We'll have a stop for questions a little bit later, but our colleagues already working there. So if you got any questions, and I'm sure you got a lot of them, you can ask them at any point of our webinar, and we'll be more than happy to answer them.
Yeah, 100%.
So the next stop we got is Copilot in Feed.
Yes. Now, Copilot in Feed is, again, we wanted to introduce something that was already going to be introduced in the ecosystem lightly, and it wasn't going to be something completely foreign to you. So let's take a look at actually how we can incorporate Copilot inside of your Bitrix24 feed.
So a very simple scenario is a new message in Bitrix24 in your feed. Like, I got a little topic I want to discuss with my colleagues. I just write it as a print, and I ask Copilot to make it a little better, make it a little longer, because I'm lazy. I don't want to write this big of a message. And it writes a long, great message. I'm like, yeah, it sounds good. I delete like my first prompt. And yeah, it's a very important point that you still can edit what Copilot gives you. Like, for example, it just inserted your name, but my name is not like this. My name is Alex, and I just changing it, and it looks like the message that I wrote. And it would take me a lot of time to write it. I probably won't make it that good. I'm not that talented. And yeah, it sounds good, and my colleagues can read it and just be happy that we got this message.
Yeah, and again, it's so simple. Click of 2 buttons, you have a whole prompt already generated for you. You can actually go in, delete whatever, edit whatever. It's all incorporated into the feed menu that you're so used to. So here, you can do everything as you did before. With another click of a button on Copilot, you have so many more options to enhance whatever you already wrote, to enhance whatever you've already been doing. So again, we're not trying to take this, make it another window where you have to copy and paste, put it here, edit there. It's just going to slowly but naturally incorporate in the way you're working in Bitrix24. And again, I really like the concept of it's a Copilot, like you're in the cockpit. Anytime, if you don't need Copilot, you don't need it. But if something goes on, maybe you do need it, right away, click of a button, your Copilot is right there on your portal, only to help you out and enhance your experience inside Bitrix24.
Yeah, and also an interesting point that when you've seen when we just clicked the Copilot, it had a menu where we had already like pre-prompt, something that you can just push the button and the Copilot will do it for you. But also, like, we used our own prompt, so we just write what we want Copilot to do ourselves. But if you don't want to do this, we already got some great scenarios for you that you can use in every day. Like, for example, Copilot can help you give high praise to your colleagues, like compliment them if you have problems with doing that. It's a great tool that you can do. Like, for example, our colleague Dennis made a great point, and we just want to ask Copilot to compliment them. Beautiful. Now we also can edit it just to make it more real. Like I'm not writing my name after every post I have. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, this is something, I mean, people say, you know, it's always good, especially if people working for you, you need to compliment them. Positive reinforcement's always good. With me, that's something that's really hard. Naturally, I just say good job and move on.
Yeah,
but that's where, you know, as maybe some of your managers, some of your head sales teams, you can say, listen, this is where you can actually improve your day-to-day collaboration and the way you talk and you actually communicate with your colleagues. And just another simple button, it actually gives them so much more benefit. And on the outside, it looks like you care a lot more. On the inside, they care a lot more about themselves. And they say, look, this is a person that actually cares about the way I did this task or left this message. So it's just another thing that's a really small positive thing you can incorporate by just clicking another just button. Like you say, the drop-down menu, you highlight whatever needs to be highlighted. You can make your own prompts from that comment itself. So it's very easy just to take that extra step and make and make your colleagues feel a lot better about themselves.
Yeah, and as we said, for many managers, it's hard to like stop being a manager and like being a good person, like saying not only like good job and that's it. We need some good praise, and if you work, you have a hassle every day. It's like you're tired, you can't stop being a manager and get emotional, and Copilot can help you with this very good.
Yes. Now, another thing, of course, Copilot will do, it will help you highlight what's important. No, with me, that's another thing I hate, especially if we see a lot of posts, we see a lot of lengthy posts, maybe we see it in tasks, whatever it might be. Somebody really gives you a description of a 1, 2, 3 step, a breakdown of everything happening in the task, everything happening in the message. Yeah. And sometimes I just don't want to read all of it. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. Yeah. I'll get down to it. I'll try to highlight it myself. I'll try to go through, try to pick it and see what I really need out of there. But this is really where I started using Copilot, I think, the most, of just highlighting what's important in any feed post, anything that you have from your colleague that's written.
Yeah, like we again see this huge post. It's great. But we got no time to do this, and like it gives you a short resume, what's there, and you're like, yeah, maybe I'll read the whole one.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
exactly.
not. Yeah, it saves a lot of time if you're a CEO of a big company. Of course, you don't have that much time to read everything because feed can get really huge. You got a lot of work groups, you got a lot of colleagues that share their opinions or their research, and Copilot can help you save a lot of time and pay attention to something that's really important.
Yeah, that's going to be the biggest thing. It's just, you know, by the end of the day, you can actually check out all those posts that you were missing because, like you said, that looks great, that sounds great, but I'm not going to read all that. So another click of a button, you see what's exactly written down. Maybe from there you can say, okay, Copilot can actually give praise to this post as well, to the job, whatever it might be. And on top of that, you've already covered the most important things, left praise on a comment that maybe just in the past you might have just clicked like on. So again, you're actually helping inside of your company, inside of your business, taking that extra step to making your colleagues and making everyone around you feel better about themselves and the way they work.
Yeah, and also I guess Copilot can argue with the post. Like they just made 10 points and I'm like, I want to disagree with him kind of, just to keep him on the edge. Like,
exactly. Yeah. And this is, like you said, if you're higher up and you see all these posts, this is just a really quick way of knowing, okay, this is what's going on from this employee, from this employee, from this employee, without spending maybe your whole morning, 2-3 hours of just reading feed posts and understanding where the whole team is at. So
Copilot in your feed, it can highlight the most important thing, give praise, also a voice input, so you just can use your cell phone and just talk to Copilot and we'll make a post of it. Yeah. And of course creating messages that we showed to you previously.
Exactly. So again, this is just everything the way that Copilot is going to work just inside of your feed. And here, a couple of new clicks of the mouse, and you have a brand new AI assistant right next to you that's going to enhance the way you work. And of course, you're going to work less and concentrate on the things that matter most.
Yeah, so we've done everything we had to do, but Copilot made it for us.
Yes.
It's great.
Yes. And now again, we're going to move on, taking our next journey, let's say, from our feed. Now we're going to enter Copilot inside of our tasks. Because like I said previously, Copilot is fully integrated into the whole Bitrix24 ecosystem. And of course, tasks is right there with it.
Yeah, so for me, tasks is something that I use on a daily basis, a lot of tasks. and it helps you a lot. We'll show you the actual video how we create a task, and if you're working with tasks every day, you know it can get messy, it can get hard. It's like you got to think about it to create a great task. The biggest one is to decompose it. Like we got a big task, and we got to make several steps how to do this. We use the checklist for this in Bitrix24, and Copilot can help you with all that.
Yes. The thing with Copilot, what I really liked about it as well when we started working with it in tasks is you see a lot of these different companies, they have a completely just different task manager or task management system, Absolutely. Right? So with Bitrix24, we integrate it with our whole ecosystem. And what's really nice here, I think with someone that, I work with tasks a lot, but the thing I hate about tasks is setting them. Yeah. Setting them is always very difficult, and of course you have to, it's very tedious as well if you have repeat things going on. So when we did the scenarios for Copilot here, what I really liked, it kind of made tasks a lot more easier, and inside of Bitrix24, I think it made tasks really, you get the most out of your tasks with Copilot, because a lot of the partners and companies we talk to, when they do talk about the Bitrix24 tasks, sometimes they're not even scratching the surface of what our tasks can do. Absolutely. And that's where Copilot really comes into play here, and it just really gives you the full potential of your tasks, and it's not so intimidating, we could say, just starting out with it.
Yeah, so let's show the videos.
Yeah.
So we're just working with the task, and we want to create a task. Like we got a name, and we got a short description, like, guys, we got to print 2,000 brochures for Christmas sale. And now we just ask Copilot just to make it better and make it a little bit longer. Yes, it looks great, so we just replace the text that we had. It also asks us to edit a little bit, so we just add a date that we needed. It's a deadline. And then we ask Copilot to create a checklist from the description of a task. And we got a full ready checklist. We just delete what we have. We just change the responsible person, set up a deadline, and that's it. We got a perfectly brewed task.
Yes.
And will take us a lot more time. And again, we probably make it a little bit worse because Copilot is perfect in this. It saved a lot of time, create us a checklist, a great checklist, and we can edit it if we don't like some steps. But again, it would take us much more time, much more energy to make the task of this quality. And what's interesting, we used the results of Copilot to work with Copilot again. Exactly. So Copilot made us a long description, and we use this to ask Copilot to make a checklist of it. For me, that's amazing. It just saves a lot of time here.
And we were actually making that video, the scenario itself, when you just did the Copilot in the task itself, and then I went through and I wrote out the whole description of the task, and then I physically created the task list. Yeah. I think it took me about 16 minutes when we timed it, just from fully of me checking everything to make sure the responsible person was set, every date was set, the whole checklist. Copilot, like you just saw in that video, of course we sped it up a little bit, but I think it took us no longer than like 1:20.
Yeah, that's it.
And so with me, when we actually wrote it down, it took me about 15 minutes to generate that. And again, if you're someone that's maybe, head of their department, you understand when you are setting those, monthly tasks, those weekly tasks, this is going to be something that instead of taking your whole workday to do, you can actually get done within the hour. And again, I can't emphasize enough, again, that task, when you go just any time you have a task and you want to make a list, it's such a tedious and simple process already in Bitrix24. We really made it very, very easy. But again, when you have about, I don't know, maybe 100 different little task lists that you need to attach inside of the task, it's crazy how long it can take. And that's why with the AI, the Copilot, just the range and the scale of what you can do things it just makes it so much more efficient, and it makes sense to do it. Again, you're not just incorporating Copilot and artificial intelligence just for the heck of it, right? You're actually doing it to enhance your business, to enhance the way you work, and you're going to speed everything up. And again, when we timed it, 15 minutes it took me, 1:20, AI did it, Copilot was ready, and it actually had less grammar errors than mine did.
It was an amazing point that we we've never created a new scenarios. It's scenarios that we actually use on a daily basis. You create tasks every day, you decide what to do in chat every day, you write posts every day, and everything is now quicker, everything is now easier, it's automated, AI can help you with this, AI can make you more efficient, so you actually do more, but you do less. You work less, but you get more results, and you get it faster. It's amazing.
And that's another thing, another plus over Bitrix24 Copilot. Then you see a lot of different companies right now and our competitors that are trying to integrate it. With them, it's a whole different ecosystem that it lives alone. Here, it's fully incorporated into Bitrix24. And I remember when our product managers, they were asking us about, how we could actually use AI, artificial intelligence and whatnot. The first thing I said was, I really hate making lists inside Bitrix24 because sometimes I do have a list of points to about 24 to 50 points. There's 6 different people working in there. And when with AI, I can actually give you the description of the task and it makes the list for me. Like I said, 15 times faster it can do it, more efficient, and there's less grammar errors. So with me, it was an automatic plus. I don't know if everyone has that pain point or not, but for me, it really hit home. So
yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah, so moving on, of course, AI, Copilot, how we're going to use it in Bitrix24 CRM. Of course, our CRM is something that all our clients need. They use Bitrix24 CRM every single day in their business and their scenarios. So how is it actually going to be incorporated inside Bitrix24 CRM?
Yeah, that's a great question, and we won't give you the answer today. We just want to hint a little bit. We want to tease you a little bit. We just show you the result of Copilot in Bitrix24 CRM.
Yes.
So you can just look at it a little bit.
Yeah, so here we won't get into too many details. Again, as Alex said, this is going to be a little bit more of a teaser, what's coming up in our release actually next week. But the biggest thing here is when you have a phone call, when you're talking on the phone, when your managers are working inside of Bitrix24 CRM, again, Copilot is going to enhance that for them. The way they do that, the way they can actually hear the calls, the way they can actually transcribe calls, everything will be inside of Bitrix24 CRM. For it to be on the live demo, again, we will leave that to the Bitrix24 release that is coming up next week.
Yeah, so the basic benefits of Bitrix24 CRM with Copilot, it's much cheaper to use Copilot than to work with your actual manager, and it's much faster. It takes much less time for you to process all the calls and process all the data.
Yes, this is again going to be something we're going to be getting a little bit more into in the release here. But the thing is, we saw a lot of companies have a pain point of, if they do have a call center, if they are working with a lot of automated calls, if they are making a lot of dials per day, this is where we really try to improve the way Bitrix24 CRM works, because we are efficient in our call centers. Of course, so many people, use our contact center. They have dials from all over the world. So here, Copilot is really going to be huge in the way your managers, especially on the sales floor, the ones that are dialing, it's only going to enhance the way they work. Absolutely. You're actually going to be able to see how well they do work. You can actually make the decision on how well they can sell and whatnot. And again, Copilot is going to be fully integrated into all of that, so you can, you're not going to scare your sales team and say, we don't need our sales managers anymore, we're going to fire everyone. No.
That's not it.
This is actually going to help them sell more, so then they can hit their KPIs, they can reach their monthly and quarterly goals.
Yeah, and it helps them with their routine. So I think we're diving too deep. Like it's already a little kind of spoiling you a little bit, but in a nutshell, yeah, it saves you a lot of time. It saves you a lot of money, makes you more efficient, and helps your managers do more job. And guys, let me tell you something. When we worked with Copilot in CRM, it actually blew my mind. It's amazing. And in a week when we have a new release of Bitrix24, you'll see that. And this scenario is just insane. It's crazy, and like for me in this area, in other products, nobody is close to that.
Yeah, this is going to be another thing. I checked out a lot of our competitors and the way they're using artificial intelligence and whatnot. They're using it in scenarios that aren't really going to be beneficial to the way your business works. It's going to be more beneficial to them for you to basically get more character limits, to get more prompt limits and whatnot. So with us, we actually try to make it for you to enhance your business and for you to enhance it, you aren't even going to notice it.
Yeah.
It's a click of a button. It's already inside of the product itself. And again, just teasing the CRM part of it, I think me and Alex will probably do just a separate webinar on the Copilot inside of CRM where we'll actually break down the scenario itself. But we did do a couple of screen records and whatnot on it. It works efficient. It's not going to replace your sales team if you wanted to. It probably could. It's not gonna. It's only going to help them increase their sales, hit KPIs. So here, this is just something we're teasing big time because we understand it's really going to it's going to change the way you work with CRM, and your calls are going to be enhanced. You're going to sell more, and you're going to get more clients, and of course, more sales at the end of the day.
Yeah, we gave you so many interesting info. So the next week is going to be probably hard waiting.
Yeah, it is.
So Bitrix24 Copilot, it's already in many of our instruments. We want to work on it even more. We want to get more scenarios. We want you to use it on day-to-day basis on many tasks, but we already have it in many instruments of Bitrix24.
Exactly. So we do here understand that Bitrix24 Copilot, we're fully integrated into your ecosystem. Next time you bring it up to your team and you want to start working with it, when you do tell your clients about it, you don't want to scare them with artificial intelligence. It's not a scary thing. It's, again, something that's going to make you work less, but going to get you the most out of the way you do work. So here you can fully integrate it into whatever, if you have a client that's coming in, they need a big integration in the med field, in real estate, in sales, any part of the integration for a Copilot is only going to help your clients, and it's only going to want them maybe to get higher plans, higher subscription models, and so on. And again, it's also important that you do understand that Bitrix24 Copilot, everything's free right now during the beta testing. Yeah. So get out there, get on the beta test, get your portals opened up. We're going to try to roll it out as far as everyone can have it. For our partners, of course, you guys always have first come a service on here, so you will be the first introduced into Copilot. And you have something to add here, Alex?
Yeah, so in a week after the release, we'll start rolling it out. And at first we're going to be beta testing it, and it will be free just after the release in a week. Yeah.
Yes.
It was probably one of the biggest questions I saw in the chat, like, when can we use it, guys? Okay, so in a week we'll start rolling it out, and you can touch and work with it. Yeah.
Yes.
So the big question is how to sell Copilot to customers. Well, long story short, it's easy. When you've seen it's wonderful. It works like a charm. It's magical. But you can just tell people how to use Copilot, in what scenarios, how can they get benefits, explain them how prompts work, because also that's a skill that they need to get more of AI. And the better the prompt is, the more results you get, the faster your onboarding is. And also just show them the scenarios in tasks, in your CRM, your feed. It will help them a lot.
Yes. This is, again, coming from a partner point of view, right? This is going to be a foreign, hyped up new feature, new topic that everyone in business and tech is talking about, right? It's AI, it's artificial intelligence. How am I using it in our business? How are we not using it in our business? So the clients you do have and new potential clients, we're going to get an influx of leads regarding this because we are some of the first that are going to be fully incorporating it and integrating it inside of our product. So here you got to understand that you need to be ahead of the curve as well. So you can't just sit back and say, oh, okay, I'm going to wait for the rollout, then slowly work on this, work on that. If you don't know what AI already is, you need to get on top of it. You need to start creating the most detailed prompts that you can get. You got to understand how well you can work with AI, where you can work with AI. If you have a certain, industry or sector of potential clients, that you're looking to target here, understand the pain points in which AI can actually help them. And instead of, not just saying this is something we have, AI is something you can lead with now. This is something Bitrix24 Copilot is fully integrated. This is how we can actually use it for your furniture store to get you more furniture sales, for your sales reps to sell more couches in December, from starting, like Alex said, from task scenarios, from CRM scenarios, all the way down to scenarios of how they themselves can work it with collaboration inside of their team. And again, the more your experience with this and comfortable with this, of course, the easier you can actually sell it. And as far as any technical, limitations and whatnot, Alex already covered. We do have a forum open, new scenarios that you can actually recommend, new topics that you can see, help, say this doesn't work, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
We have that forum open. We're only going to try to improve everything on a daily basis. We handle all our scenarios over to our product managers, so they will work with it constantly. And this is going to be something, like I said, isn't going to be that we just leave alone and it's a part of the portal. This is something that's only going to get better, and it's going to enhance the way you work.
And we're going to work on it for a long time. It's very important for us to make AI as big as it can get. And for you, you can get a lot of money working with AI. Just for example, you can work with an apps that can help your customers with their prompts. Like Vlad made a point recently that if you're working with a task and you create the same old tasks every time, and you can use these prompts to work with Copilot on a daily basis.
Exactly.
So there are a lot of ways how you can make money on this. Yeah. Here are just some of them, and we probably think you can get more because you are professionals. That just like training clients to use Copilot, it's already a great way to earn money for your company. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, 100%. And as far as just the restrictions and limitations, this is all going to be based on, of course, the territories of where you and your clients are located and whatever domains it might be. As far as Bitrix24, there's no restrictions on that, but of course, as we know, OpenAI might not be available everywhere. Whatever GPT product you might be using might not be available in certain domains and in certain territories as well.
Yeah, right now our only restrictions are, I guess, in China and Vietnam, where it's not possible to work with full force, but we're trying to make it work, and we're eventually going to do that.
Yeah. And again, as far as, like we said, the feedback, we do appreciate all the feedback that we can get from you. Again, if you see any pain point, any scenarios that are lacking, that aren't working, we do have a forum that's going to be open. We're always going to be collecting feedback, and we're always going to be improving the way that we work with Copilot. And again, from someone that's been rolled out on our portals for a while now, as soon as it got rolled out, I was very interested to see if it was just going to be another product, another feature that I might not use. But again, as soon as it was rolled out in our portals, this is something I use daily. This is something that only enhances the way I work. Just any scenario, from the tasks, from creating, events, everything, it only enhances. I can only speak from a marketing standpoint, like we just did the scenario of the ad campaigns. I can't stress enough how much time it saves as well. So as far as feedback, we're always listening to you. We're always going to try to get better with Copilot. And like I said, if you haven't really adapted to artificial intelligence, this is going to be a really quick and easy way you can adapt to it inside of your Bitrix, into an ecosystem that's really familiar to you.
Yeah, and also we have a special group where you can chat about Copilot, leave your feedback. We already have a link in the description down below where you just find this group on the portal and discuss it. And as Vlad explained, if you scroll down, if you hit any button, any Copilot button in your feed, for example, you scroll down, you have a feedback button, and there's a little form where you just fill it, and our product managers will get your feedback directly to them, and we can make this product even better.
Yes, and again, guys, we do appreciate you joining us as always. If you have any further questions, you can always leave a comment, drop a like as well. If you have any other things to request to us, we are having the chat open, so Alex is going to take a look over here if we have any final questions.
There are more specific questions, like a very important question from Barley. I see, what's the language model used? It's 3.5 or 4? It's 3.5.
3.5, yes.
Yes, so it's a very important technical question that we gotta answer. And other questions regarding when we will see that, and what more are you planning to do?
Yes.
We got some more. We got some more.
Yes, so as far as something else that we have coming up as well, we do have the release event next week. Where we actually will roll out the whole scenarios. We'll actually get live video in the portals of how it will be working. So again, this is just going to be your intro. This is going to be a little bit teaser for our partners. Like I said, this is a new concept that everyone's really hungry for. And again, we just want to let you know that AI, Bitrix24 Copilot, is here. It's really going to enhance the way you work. And in the release next week, you're really going to get a bigger piece and see how it actually is in live.
Yeah, and you got to understand, it's not only Copilot, we got a huge presentation for you, a lot of updates in many instruments. Copilot is of course the star of the show, but again, we got a lot to show you, a lot of instruments, a lot of updates, so we invite you in a week. We have a huge release, we worked on it really hard and we're really proud with the results we got.
Yes, and again, you can scan the QR code that's on your screens right now. This will actually take you straight to the video loading screen on YouTube there, where we will have our release. And like we said, your partners, our partners here, we're the first ones to bring it to you, so you understand the concept, you understand which way we're going for it, and you totally understand that we're not going to be left behind here. We're only going to go forward with artificial intelligence and chat, just to make it better for you and make you and your business, you know, a competitor and really just a force to be reckoned with on the market.
Yeah, that's a very great point. So guys, we thank you for the time you spent with us. We really encourage you to give us feedback, what you want, not only for Copilot, but like for other maybe instruments of Bitrix24, but for Copilot especially, because that's a very important instrument to us, and we're going to work with it even more. And of course, again, in a week, a huge, amazing Bitrix24 release, and so we can't wait to show you guys what we prepared for you. So we'll see you in a week, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Have
Bye-bye.
a good one.